If you have a great credit score, keep it that way. If you do not have a great credit score, you are losing money at a rapid pace. And I'm going to show you right here. This is why actually bought a new car maybe 2 weeks ago. This is kind of pretty meaningful for me. So this last line. Let's start with the top part. A car first. And a $20,000 car. I mean, I don't know how many cars cost $20,000 anymore. But let's say a $20,000 car. If you have excellent credit, 720 or above, 4.9%, and this is probably, these interest rates are skewed for, I mean, maybe years ago. You can kind of adjust these downward now. I mean, you could probably finance something even at 1 or 2% if your credit score is decent. But let's say your monthly payment is $376 based on that $20,000 car. Let's even go down to fair, right? Um, if you have fair credit, 620 to 679, if you end up at 9%, again, I don't really think that's going to be that bad or that's the case. But let's just keep it in mind. Let's just say you're at 415. Over the life of 5 years, over the life of that car, you end up paying $2,319 more. Doesn't seem like much money, right? So you have 620 versus 720, you pay roughly $2,300 more. I used to be a car dealer, or I used to sell cars 15 years ago or so. And I know from statistics when I was there that most people buy or trade in their car every 5 years or every 6 years. There's something wrong. There's a reason why your warranty only lasts 336 or 3 years and 36,000 miles is because the car pretty much breaks down or dies pretty much after that, not too long after that. So the statistics show every 5 years. I started driving at the age of 16. My grandmother stopped driving at the age of 86. So between 16 and 86 is 70 years. If you take basically a car and you say basically you're getting a new car every 5 years, if somebody correct me if my numbers are wrong, 70, that'd be, what is that, 70 years, 5 cars, is that, Jesus, why can't I do this math? So 10 would be 2 cars, 17, it's 14 cars, right? 14 cars in that period. So you basically take this $2,000 and you multiply it, or $2,300 and you multiply it by 14, and that's really how much money you're losing by not having a good credit score versus someone who does have a good credit score, right? So multiply that. Did I get that number right? I know somebody's gonna pop up and be like, that was dead wrong. $32,000. Thank you. Somebody's on top. Loretta's on top of it. $32,000 is roughly what you're losing versus somebody else. So think about that. And I'm kind of a numbers geek here, and this is how I've kind of come over time. $32,000. If you're still not blown away by that, take that $30,000 and reinvest it into something at 5%. Roughly $50,000 that I now have as a good credit score, person with a good credit score that you don't have. This is why the rich get richer. This is why, like I said, that you have to make sure that you take care of your credit. If that's not, impressive to you, let's look at the the mortgage side of it. And this is kind of, skewed. I mean, interest rates are not at 5.9% right now. They're roughly threes and fours, but it still kind of drives home the point. If you have excellent credit and you got a monthly mortgage payment on roughly $200,000, 1,000 or 1,100, roughly $1,100. Let's even go down to the good side, and you say, let's say go down to the fair side, and let's say that you're losing out on roughly $167,000 or $170,000. So you take the $170,000 from you having less than perfect credit or less than great credit, you add it to the $50,000 that you lost, and then multiply that times 5%, and you probably lost out on $300,000 that you could have reinvested, that you could have given to your kids, that you could have reinvested, you could have bought another property. The point I'm trying to drive home is your credit score is crucial. Making sure that you pay attention to it. I'm not suggesting that everybody do this, but I use myfico.com and I pay roughly $40 a month to make sure that I know every single ding, every single new account, every single person that looks at my credit. If something happens, I know almost immediately. And for me, it's worth $40 a month for me to know exactly what what is going on with that. If it's not worth it for you, my question would be, what are you paying for your cell phone bill? And what are you paying for your cable bill and your internet bill? And if it's upwards of $200, like I said, so, you have to decide what's important to you at the end of the day.